Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see the process for priority updation for legacy transfer applications. It covers two major parts. First, how to add the missing legacy applications in the priority list. And second, how to modify the data of those legacy applications which are already in the priority list. So, let's see the process. First, the cadre dealing clerk needs to revive the missing applications in HRMS. To do this, they need to go to Establishment function, UDIT module, Legacy data entry block, Legacy entry for old applications revival. In this screen, the user enters the HRMS ID of the employee whose application they wish to revive. After clicking on Go button, the page displays the basic information of the employee. The first block shows the employee details. The second part of the page is for revival of the application. The blue portion shows the list of applications which are not ported to UDIT module. If the user clicks on the checkbox, the box highlighted in orange will be filled up with the details of the legacy application. This data can now be modified for destination unit, department, special grounds and status. Once all the details are updated, submitting it will revive an existing unported application. The application number will still remain the same. Alternatively, for this employee, if there is an application which was not even in the old transfer module, the details of the same can be uploaded at the portion highlighted in orange. Once the details are filled up and submitted, a new application will be created for revival in UDIT. This is how applications can be created and revived for priority updation in UDIT. The next step shows how the priority can be updated for the revived applications. Before that, the unit admin has to freeze any processing in that outgoing priority group in which the applications have been revived. The UA needs to go to Establishment function, UDIT module, Legacy data entry block, Legacy transfer application updation. Here, the UA will temporarily pause the certification and forwarding of applications for a particular outgoing priority group. Once the modifications are either approved or discarded, the processing of the priority group will resume again. A table below the Initiate Modifications button shows the list of outgoing priority groups that were initiated. They can see the status of all initiated modifications. Once UA has paused the processing, CDC can insert a revived applications at some priority or modify a ported application in UDIT for the destination unit, department and status. CDC will go to Establishment function, UDIT module, Legacy data entry block, Legacy transfer application updation. Here, the CDC will be able to see all the outgoing priority groups for which modification process has been initiated. Click on Edit to proceed with the changes. Here, the details of the priority group will be displayed. Below, there are two checkboxes. The first one, Select to add missing applications in priority, can be selected to allot priority to the revived applications. The second one, Select to update destination unit cadre details status of existing applications, can be selected to modify the destination unit, department and status of application. Both application revival and data updation can be done in a single proposal. To add missing applications in priority, CDC will check the first checkbox. This will show a table where the CDC can add the revived applications. Click on the button, Select Applications to insert. All the applications revived for this particular outgoing transfer priority group will be shown here. The user has to select the required applications, and then click on Add Selected Applications button. They will be populated in the table. The user will now have to decide on a priority for each of these applications. To do this, click on the link, Select Application to insert above. Once clicked, the list of applications currently in that particular outgoing priority group will be displayed. The user has to select an application above which the revived application will be given priority. Once a priority is selected, click on Insert Above Selected Application button and the proposal will now be having the modified priority list. This has to be done for all the revived applications individually, that is, allot priority to each of the revived applications. Once done, as can be seen from the table, a temporary priority will be given to the revived application. If a revived application is inserted above priority 17, the temporary priority will be 16.01. In case the user has to update the destination unit, department or status of application details of already ported legacy application in UDIT, it can be done by selecting the second checkbox. However, the priority cannot be updated for these applications. Once the second checkbox is selected, it will give an option to select the applications to modify. Click on Select the Applications to Modify button. The legacy applications currently in the priority list will be shown. Select the applications that needs to be modified and click on Modify Selected Applications button. The selected applications will be populated in the table for editing. The user can now change the destination unit, department, CADA and the status of the applications. If the status of application is changed beyond application approved and NOC issued, then validity of NOC also needs to be specified. Once all required changes are completed, click on Preview and Submit button. A summary of all the changes made will be shown. It can be seen that 2 new applications have been revived and inserted, while the details of 2 applications were modified. The existing application count in the priority list and the new application count after application revival is also shown. The left side in the table shows the current priority list while the right side shows the new priority of all applications if the proposal is approved. The color codes are provided for the user convenience. Green-colored rows are to identify the revived applications, while the yellow color is to denote the modification of details of the existing applications. Once the user is satisfied with the proposal, click on Proceed to Submit button and then initiate a workflow for approval. This workflow proposal can be sent to required users. The JAG and above officers can give their remarks against each application and forward the proposal for further processing. The option to approve the proposal rests only with PCPO. It is important to note that, for an application whose details were modified, where the status is changed to anything beyond the receipt of NOC, or the incoming priority group number has been updated, the proposal needs to go through the personnel officer of the destination unit who is at least JAG. The names of such units will be shown on the workflow page to everyone till this step is completed. Without this, the proposal cannot be approved by PCPO. For approval of this proposal, the PCPO needs to go to My Inbox. Click on Transfer. Then click on Process against the proposal. This will open the page showing proposal movement. Click on View Version to view received proposal. This will show you all the modifications that have been done for this priority group in this proposal. In order to approve the proposal, the PCPO has to mark each application as approved or rejected. Click on Edit button. The proposal will open in edit mode. Select Approved or Rejected against each application in the proposal. Remarks are mandatory against rejected applications. Once completed, click on Preview and Submit button to view the summary of all changes done and action taken against those changes. As can be seen, out of total 4 changes 3 have been approved and 1 has been rejected. Verify the data shown and click on Proceed to Submit button. This will take you back to previous page. Here you will be able to see a new proposal version created by you. Select Approved against Action field. and mark proposal as finalized in purpose. Write your remarks in the Remarks field and click on Submit button. This will open a PDF of the proposal along with the action taken by you. Verify the details in the PDF. This PDF needs to be digitally signed by you. Click on Sign Digitally button. Once the PDF is digitally signed, the proposal will be approved and the priority and application details will be updated accordingly.